Good morning, and do not adjust your TV set. This indeed is Great Day Houston, and the great Deborah Duncan is taking a day off, probably in her PJs watching now, so I do expect several texts. I am Michael Garfield, so let's launch this show. Hey, speaking of launch, how does traveling to space sound without ever leaving the city? Well, thanks to our first guest, he has turned this dream not only into a reality, but a virtual reality. Félix Lajeunesse, he is the co-creator of Space Explorers, the Infinite. It's an immersive experience where you can not only embark on a journey to space, but guess what? Even see footage of astronauts in action. And way beyond that, I am joined by Félix. Félix, do me a favor. Tell me you're up somewhere in the International Space Station right now, because that'd be pretty cool.
I would like to be on board the International Space Station right now, but I'm not. We conducted this production over 2.5 years from the ground. It's the most ambitious production ever filmed in space, and the result of that is currently presented in Houston.
Well, I tell you what, this is not only your first, I believe this is the second stint that this immersive experience has been here in Houston. For those unfamiliar with, give us the overall idea for this. I know you have a great background when it comes to movie making and video making, but why take cameras up into space for this experience?
So virtual reality filmmaking, really what it does is make you feel completely present. Instead of watching a screen and feeling like you're a spectator, you are part of the experience. You look all around you and you are there with the protagonist of the story. So in 2018, we sent virtual reality cameras that film in 3D at 360 degrees up there on the space station. We filmed across 6 NASA expeditions with 12 astronauts, their life in space, always in virtual reality. And we brought all of that back down to Earth. Basically, when you go inside of this experience, Space Explorers, the Infinite, you wear a VR headset, you see yourself as an avatar, and you explore a life-size reproduction of the International Space Station. And inside of that, you discover all of the cinematic VR content that we have filmed with the astronauts in space.
Yeah, this is about as real as anybody's ever going to get to space. Well, actually, I may want to take that back of what's going on with our space exploration right now. But it's daunting enough to actually make films and make videos here on Earth. How tough was it, to test these cameras, no gravity, and letting these astronauts know they're pretty much going to be, 24/7 on film?
Look, it was quite a process because everything was done remotely. Of course, the astronauts had to learn to utilize that equipment, which is not traditional cinema equipment. Those cameras are very special. They film in all directions. So there was a phase of learning. And after that, the production itself was quite a challenge as well. You have to know that we actually filmed, as part of that, the first ever spacewalk in cinematic virtual reality. So there was one special camera that was sent up there in space, designed to film outside in the vacuum of space. And so we had to egress that camera from the spacecraft. We had to attach it to the robotic arm of the space station to use that robotic arm as a cinema crane to move the camera around and follow the astronauts during their spacewalk. So just the preparation of that specific day of filming took about a 1.5 years of preparation, working in tandem with NASA to, prepare the choreography of the camera and all of the logistics, and of course, all the work that was done with the astronauts themselves. So a huge amount of preparation, a huge amount of work, but so rewarding in the end when you get to experience that.
One of the things that I found fascinating is it's really the heart of this entire experience of film are the astronauts themselves. I mean, these are real people who are living on the International Space Station for months, if not years at a time. And I believe COVID was going on. And at some point, I believe these were the only people on the face of the Earth who was not experiencing COVID. How did you get the feeling in the heart of everything that was happening up there from the astronauts' point of view?
Look, when COVID happened, we were already in production, and at some point we realized that our heroes, the astronauts that we were filming with, were effectively the only people that were off the planet during that global pandemic. And so, of course, we wanted to know how they see this, from above, and what kind of perspective does that give to them. And so we managed to integrate that into the storytelling, and the astronauts were very generous in sharing their perspective with us. And I think that became a very significant, very important dimension of the story. And it's something that you will be able to experience if you go to the show.
Well, talking about the experience, I've actually been through the experience, and thanks to you, you've actually kind of sent a little demo of what's going on. These are these virtual reality glasses, and this is exactly when the people go check out the experience near downtown. They're going to put these on, and so when they go through it, I mean, this is what the technology I absolutely love. When you put, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And you know, the one thing, Felix, the little downside for me is it kind of messes up the lettuce, but that's neither here nor there. But the neat thing is that with that way you shoot in 360, when you look up, you actually see what is going on. You talk about the 360-degree cameras. You can look down, you can see what's going on. I mean, it's an unbelievable experience. So when people actually walk through this and they put this on, what are they going to sense?
So, you know, in virtual reality, we talk a lot about this idea of presence, right? Presence is something that we all know about because we are in the real world and we are present in the real world. In virtual reality, you feel that same level of presence, but only now you are in a virtual experience. And that really creates a highly emotionally impactful, response from audiences. So when you walk around the space station, you will see those luminous orbs that are floating all around the ISS. And as an avatar, as you walk inside of the virtual space station, if you touch one of those orbs, they will activate a scene that was filmed on the real space station in 3D 360. And you will see astronauts that are either talking to you or astronauts that are performing science, astronauts that are preparing for a spacewalk. And you feel like you are there, literally, like the perception of the scale, the distance, the depth, the environment, everything feels so real. You have to try it to believe it. And it is real. It was all filmed to be captured at human scale so that you get a sense of genuine, pure presence and a sense of intimacy with the astronauts, as if you were part of the crew.
Space indeed comes to H-Town where it belongs. You got a last chance to see this. Tell us again when it runs through.
So you just have a couple of weeks left. It's going to be on until January 4th, and you can get all the information you seek at theinfinitehouston.com.
It sounds great. Felix, congrats on the success. It is an amazing experience, and everybody has a chance to see it. You got a few more weeks. We appreciate your time. You do have a few more chances to experience Space Explorers, the Infinite. For more information, I want you to visit Great Day Houston, and we will connect you.